Hi, welcome to Fill Me Up, the podcast where we discuss everything as it relates to spirituality and finding the solutions to filling up the God-shaped hole within. I'm Jessica.
Hi, and I'm Nikki. I'm just plain old double K, capital N-I.
It's an I.
Nikki, N-I-K-K-I. And I'm grateful to be here to talk about what is going to fill us up other than outside things.
Dicks and dollars.
Yeah, and donuts. I was eating actually a butter tart, which is native to Canada. I don't know if they have them in other countries.
Do they?
Okay, I don't know. But if you haven't had a butter tart, get to Toronto. And if you get to Toronto, I will personally buy you the world's best butter tart because it's stuck in my throat right now. So remind me not to eat that the night before filming.
So we're here to fill you up with anything other than finance and romance.
Yeah, that's really dark. Sex and checks, which is another way of saying it. But anything, I want us to not be filled up with fear.
Ooh,
because there's a lot of fear porn out there right now. Like it is. I don't know what month this is going to come out or what week. So it could be May, June, July, but it's summer right now in Toronto, and there's so much fear porn right now everywhere. You don't need your phone in front of you. You just need to walk down the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of fear porn out there. I mean, it's kind of like Mad Max Thunderdome out there, like we talked about in one of our last episodes, or there's just sewer rats, and me included, because my mind is very sewery, like
yeah, my
dark
mind can
right
go into
now.
the gutter.
Right.
And that's why we're here. We're here to place our thought life on a spiritual plane, and we're going to help you with that. So tell me, how was your week?
Well, my week was out of control, to be honest. Years ago, my mom said this: your mouth is going to get you in trouble, Nikki. And sure as shit, at 52 years old, my mouth is getting me in trouble because I can control other things. But sometimes, and it's a daily battle, I can't. And when I say control, I can be disciplined. I can't control it, but I can be disciplined with my thoughts. I can be consistent. And this week, I have everything's gone to shit. Like, remember last week you said every business deal you were going, every real estate transaction. Well, right now.
That's happening for you.
Yeah, it's happening for me this week, where it's not so much, it's my mind. I make a decision, I'm going to be kind. I'm not going to tell anyone to fuck off.
Okay.
And then I'm 5 minutes, and then it's like, fuck off and die, world. And this is a problem.
Well, you know what? I like this slogan. Your good day is my bad day, or vice versa. So I am elevated this week. I feel good. I'm in alignment, and I'm here to share that energy with you, just like you did for me last week. How does that sound?
It sounds amazing because you and I are in a program, and we're all in this Earth School together, where it's not just I have to do this. We forgot that we came here together. And, you came through your mother, I came through my mother, but we all chose to come to this experience. And we talked about it. We're going to keep talking about it, how amazing the human experience is, but we forgot. And on the ride over here, we were talking about like Canada, because we're in Toronto, Canada, and it's like this country, something's going AWOL in it. And it's not so much the country, because wherever you go, there you are.
Yes.
I'm from Orange County, California. And if I just look that way, LA's a mess right now. And so I came to Toronto, and Toronto's going to be better. No, it's not.
Geographical cures won't work. People think, if I just move here.
Yeah.
No, it's fucked up over there too.
Or it's better here. No, it's not. It's really deep down inside. So I'm grateful you said that, because it says our literature that we study says we in our turn. We in our turn. So you and I will take turns being bad. Now, so there's a relationship thing. So it's 100%. So you and I are in a relationship, right? And we are in a relationship. We're doing Fill Me Up, our new, and fill me up with what? Well, with this, I have to come in and say to you, Jess, today I'm only at 20%. And you're going to say to me, Nikki, well, I'll pick up the 80% today. Now, if we continued that dynamic, you will end up hating me. And that's what's happening this week.
You will drain me of my battery.
That's it.
I need to be filled up too.
There we go. So you'll say to me, Nikki, you know what? I'm literally at 90% today. So I know that I have to fill up the other 10%.
Yeah, I've got something to give.
Last week, you're like, Nikki, I'm literally at, well, you weren't at 1%, but you were pretty.
I'm at wrist slitting percent. Whatever that is. I'm at never going to make another dollar, going to die alone percent.
That's literally, and that's all fake news. And so I needed to push my clear perception on you. That's an interesting thing to ask our audience.
And what did I say to you in text? Actually, after I hung up on you, or you hung up on me 2 days ago. And then I said, thank you for always speaking truth over me. And please never stop. Just speak truth over me. I don't care how harsh it is. Even in the moment, if I don't like it, I'll respect it an hour later, maybe a day later.
Well, because we forget. And you forgot that culturally, you're not the same as this person. And culturally, you're wonderful to date.
But they're never going to take.
But they're not going to take you home to meet. Let me just say it, booby. Okay, they're not going to take you home. I'm sorry, because I've been there too. It's like culturally, Nikki, I can barely fit into Mr. Luxembourg's world right now because culturally, that whole existence is different than mine.
Right.
So I have to accept the fact that maybe that family everybody in the family speaks about 8 languages and minimum 5, and I speak English and Ebonics. And if you don't know what Ebonics is, just Google
look it up.
Look it up.
But you know what's talking about speaking 8 languages? This is something that you taught me. Restraint of pen and tongue. Restraint of pen and tongue, which I don't have the power to do all of the time. I have to tap power by connecting to God or talking to you or having somebody speak truth over me. But like, talk to me about how important it is to restrain that pen, to restrain that tongue, to not press send when you want to do it. Put some space and time in between that.
Well, that's why I shrank it down, because it's like, make this decision to what? To be the best person? No. Why don't you just, Nikki, and I had to shrink it down this week, make the decision to be kind. Then I even had to shrink it down further and go, make the decision to not say fuck off and die to anyone. Okay. And even mentally, because I get real crazy. Like, because I mean, what's happening right now is my unit with me and my guy right now, he's always at 10% of contribution to the relationship.
Well, that's going to make me throw somebody out the window.
Well, that's it. That's going to turn you eventually when you're doing 90% of it. And he keeps going, well, I'm on vacation. You haven't worked in 20 years.
Ooh,
your life is a vacation.
Something about that sentence triggers me like, well, I'm on vacation. It gets me like, it's that lazy excuse. Well, it's Christmas break. Well, it's my weekend. Well, what? You forgot that you have to fit the role that God has assigned you today. You don't take a day off. I don't take a day off. Do you?
No, and that's what we forgot to do, is thank our audience for joining us, because you don't get a day off, and this comes out weekly. So I hope you don't get a week off, and that you, when you get nuggets here, not only listen to it, but write them down. You may hear one thing that you can chew on all week, because you do not get a day off. And that's my thing. It's like, that's what I said to him. I made the mistake of going, well, when you're here, it's like a vacation. I'm a little bit more loose in my routine.
No, you can take your routine anywhere. You can take it with you anywhere if you really want it.
Well, that was it. I wanted the big book of excuses. I wanted to be lazy with my thought life. I wanted to be a little lazier with my actions. And you know what that's produced for me? Zilch, nothing. I've got a big chunk of butter tart in my throat. I mean, that's what it's produced. Heartburn, flagellance, really just disgusting behaviors.
But that's because, okay, so we talked about this. That's because you're mirroring your boyfriend's eating patterns, because that's because you are who you hang out with. So be careful who you hang out with.
That's right, because I'm a radical faster. I literally eat 1 meal a day. And he's like, oh, that's not good. You got to eat 3 meals a day. And well, for me, that's a lie from the pit of hell. That's not how my body works. No. So I've just been indulging. And it's funny because I was telling you earlier, I mean, I do other podcasts, and I do this podcast that's line by line through the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous that will solve any and all problems. And the chapter we're on right now says, you'll start hanging out with your husband or whatever it is, the drunk, the addict in your life, and you'll start drinking with them, or you start eating with them, and you won't realize you're doing these.
Or gossiping.
You're reading minds.
How about this? Complaining.
There you go. So you get around a friend and they're gossiping. What do?
You're going to gossip.
You get around a friend and they're complaining. What are you going to do?
You're going to complain about the sad state of the nation.
There it is.
And I don't get to do that. I have to. So what
Thank you.
You said that you're meditating on choosing to be nice.
Yeah.
What I've had to meditate on lately is accepting that I'm insane. So every time I go into that self-pity, I have to then have that thought enter like, oh, this isn't real. This isn't real. And then ask God to reveal the truth to me, because I know that those thoughts that make me feel like this cannot be true.
Okay, so what does insane look like for you? Because people will be listening and going, well, then just go to Cam H and just go get locked up and just why don't you shave your head and be like Britney Spears and just spin all day?
Insane is hating myself, feeling like nobody loves me.
Oh, that's a big one. That's a lie. And
being
that
in
is
financial
insanity.
fear. Because I'll tell you something right now. We've all met my dog, Dodo. She's a dog. She doesn't worry about where her next meal is coming from. She does not worry. She does not think, oh, you know what? It's been 10 years since I had a boob job. And Amy had a boob job two years ago. They look so much better than mine. My dog does not think those thoughts, right?
No.
So when
don't
those
make
thoughts,
me get naked on this camera and show you boobs that just don't look good anywhere.
So when those thoughts enter my mind, that's insanity.
It's insane. And I have to tell you, Jess, and I always say this, it's like the prettiest girls, like the prettiest boys. It's like everybody thinks they're gross. And that's a lie from the pit of hell. You're so beautiful. But what is that? It's just the self-obsession again. It's like me.
Oh, somebody said to me something. We were going line by line through the book, and they had a big book dictionary, and self-centeredness, which we know is the root of our problems. She said to me, self-centeredness, what do you think it is? And I said, thinking too highly of yourself. That's where I go with self-centeredness. And she said, no, it's thinking about yourself too often. I'm thinking about myself all the time. That's being self-centered. So now I have to watch for that, right? Like that's insane. Thinking of myself all day long. Like before I entered this program, it was Jessica, Jessica, Jessica. I can confidently say I did not think about one other person from the moment that I opened my eyes until I closed them at night.
Well, that's the programming.
Mm-hmm.
See, we have been so deeply programming. And so what we do here and what you and I do daily is remember the true programming. And the true programming is nothing is being done to you. Everything is being done for you. The true programming is that you chose everything. You're like, Nikki, and people out there go, Nikki, I didn't choose for my daddy to hop in bed with me or my uncle to do that to me when I was a little guy. No, you didn't choose that, but the humans make choices based on self in that moment, okay? Mm-hmm. So go deeper, okay? You chose experiences. Maybe you don't remember what they look like, but you chose experiences so you would expand your soul. We all get free will choice here. Yeah. This is radical. Why did that happen? Because we all get free choice. And some of us use our free choice to think about self. Some of us use our free choice and free will to hurt others, to not remember that, and this is radical, that we're all gods. And people go, well, I didn't say the source, that we're all little gods walking around trying to remember that we need to come back to source. This is
deep down
really
in every
radical.
Man, woman, and child is the fundamental idea of God. He's in here. And what I used to choose to do is to take my hand and pick up a drink or a substance that will kill me. So I'm going against my basic instinct to stay alive, right? If somebody comes into this room right now with a gun or there's a fire, we're running out of here. So if my instinct is to run out of here because I don't want to die, then why am I picking up something that's going to kill me? Because
that's all you remember. That's all you kind of know. The programming goes so deep. It's like we've talked about it before. Is it your parents who programmed you? Who and what programmed you?
Okay, so today we're going to talk about something that we've both been sitting with for a while. And we're going to be clear, we're not here to tell you what we think. We're here to have a conversation out loud that most people are only having in their heads. So we're going to talk about MAID, medical assistance in dying.
It's a hot topic right now. We're in Canada, and I don't know the facts. You may know them better. So you tell me. It's happening a lot. Is it not?
Okay, so MAID was legalized in Canada in 2016, so almost 10 years ago now, for terminally ill patients. Doctors deemed them terminally ill. Let's just be clear about that, right?
Yeah, and what kind of doctors? The medically trained and programmed in that system, in that medical system, who've been programmed in that kind of thinking, announce or program you or say that you are sick.
Right, terminally ill. So then in 2021, expanded through Bill C7 to include non-terminal conditions where, this gets me, suffering is intolerable. So our big book that was written over 100 years ago describes addiction and alcoholism as an intolerable condition. So as an addict, should I just sign up to be killed? When I'm having a bad day, Nikki?
Oh my God. When he left me and wouldn't speak to me again, and I don't care who it is, the suffering was so unbearable because I've said it before. I can go to the liquor store here. It's controlled liquor board by Ontario. No,
I can order Uber Eats liquor. I can go to the gas station and get liquor, and I can even order Coke online. I'm pretty sure now, and any other.
You can order anything online.
But what I can't do is make the person that I think that I love, right? Because I'm addicted to validation and I'm addicted to comfort. I can't make that man come over here right now.
So my suffering was so bad because...
And that's intolerable suffering.
Oh my God, it's so awful, especially when you work with them because you make bad decisions and you have to look at them at work and they don't want you anymore.
We're talking about affairs in the workplace?
Oh, those ones.
Those will lead you to want to kill yourself.
It makes you postal and want to kill everybody, including yourself. And my suffering was so bad, Jess, that if they offered me MAID in that moment, I would have taken it. I would have taken it.
I know that.
And they say, I heard this, and I don't know if it's true, but they say, oh, it's the compassionate way to die. But supposedly, like, you drowned in your own juices and your fluids. It's not. You're paralyzed. They have to paralyze you first. I don't know the process, but this is what I've heard. Like, the process sounds very humane, but it's not.
Yeah, I don't know that process either. All I know about this topic is that I would choose to die like a couple thousand times a week. If I could click a button and then maybe one day later or 30 minutes later, I love my life again.
That happened to you about 8,000 times last week and about... I'll say 5,000 times this week, just because I've been practicing more in my mind to get back to the now.
So the proposed expansion of the MAID program to mental illness as sole underlying condition has been delayed multiple times and remains an active and deeply contested policy direction. Numbers have grown every year since legalization, and these are the numbers. Over 13,000 Canadians chose MAID in 2022 alone. 13,000.
After coming out of COVID, you've lost your job. You've got maybe a side effect from some vaccine. I don't know what it looks like for you.
It's very hard
He left you. You have no money, and she left you. Whatever it looks like, your parents are dead. Whatever's happened after 2 years out of COVID, I believe that number's not real, and I think it's higher. I'm just going to say that.
Okay, so here's the case for MAID, and then I'm going to give it to you, and then you can tell me what you think. Autonomy and dignity, the right to choose the terms of your own death. Well, first of all, I'm just going to interject right there. We're insane. We don't even know why we're feeling the way that we're feeling, but okay. For people with terminal physical illness and interactable physical suffering.
Oh, can you pause right there?
Mm-hmm.
I heard something the other day. So it's like, Jess, you have cancer. Okay, so you someone tells you, the doctor says, Jessica, the doctor comes in and says you have cancer. Then what do? You say, I have cancer. Ugh. So now you have said it.
Okay.
And then you go out and you tell your family.
And now they
say,
are speaking
oh
it
my
over
God,
you.
they're speaking it over you. You have cancer. Oh my God. And then they go and tell Yaya and Papu, and everyone's in tears because she's Greek, and everyone's crying. And then now they're wearing black and mourning you already.
Yes.
And everybody's like, and they're going to Greece, and then they've got
they're going to like a monastery to get like extra prayers, and they're
so everyone
kneeling.
has you now dead.
Yes.
This is the vibration, the
And
energy and frequency.
speaking this truth.
Speaking death over you. So this is part of the terminal, like this is all fake news. How about if they said you have life in you?
Yeah.
You don't have any of that. I'll just, let me go to my Christian friends. Satan, get behind thee. Like, it's not true.
Exactly.
It's so like, get behind thee. Like, you don't have that. So now we've programmed you into that. Do you see?
I do. And I like this example of cancer because it's a very black and white example. But if we take it back to the mental illness example, quote unquote, mental illness, it's the same thing. So if I call you, I don't have cancer, but I call you and tell you that no one's ever going to love me and I'm never going to make another dollar. And you say to me, that's
a
not
lie.
true.
Yeah,
that's
not
a lie
true.
from the pit of hell.
And how many times do I speak the truth? And all of a sudden you snap out of it and you show up in like a brand new Porsche.
Pretty much a lot of those times that has happened. And how about this? I call a different person and they're like, yeah, you know what? Me too. Let's go get some Korean barbecue and eat it. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing
and bubble
that.
tea to wash it down.
Okay, so it's all, there's nothing new under the sun. It's all connected. You are who you hang out with. And literally, if you hang out with these people, it could lead you down the road where you want to medically assist suicide yourself.
There you go. So what are you getting filled up with? I want to keep going back to our new branding because I love it. What are you getting filled up with? Are you getting filled up with the I am sick or I am love, I am powerful? Ooh, I love when we do that.
Me too. I am responsible.
Ooh.
I am accountable. I have purpose. I know why I'm here. I know why I'm
going
here.
to die on the Creator's terms, not when my government says I'm sick. Ooh, that's a dark one. Keep going though with these little tidbits. I love them.
Okay. So Veterans Affairs Canada staff ordered MAID to veterans. Poor veterans.
Don't get me started.
With
oh my God.
PTSD, not treatment, not a care plan, not a path to recovery, just MAID. That's where Veterans Affairs is pointing people to.
Because they need more money. For the government. Like, see, I went into Auntie's. Everyone knows I'm the power of attorney. And everybody, if you don't have a power of attorney, get one. And get one like me that will, please. I'm like, I'm a little pit bull.
Call her.
Call me and I'll tell you what to do, because they were giving Auntie Tylenol 3 times a day for her pain. And I said, that's not pain management. And let's get to the source of why she has the pain, because she's in her black limo, aka the wheelchair now.
She's not walking around.
She's not walking around. So why don't we get some? I went to the Eastern medicine. Where is my Chinese doctor? Let's get her some acupuncture. Let's get her some. You just want to feed her Tylenol now. Everybody go deep with the research.
I have autism because my mom took Tylenol when she was pregnant with me. I know I'm on the spectrum, whatever that is. I'm on there.
Yeah, but you see that? No, you're just special. Like, and I don't mean special needs. I mean just special. But everyone look at the side effects of Tylenol, and they're giving it to her 3 times a day. And yesterday they came out to give it to her, even though I told them not to give it to them. So everybody, careful when you enter a hospital. Careful when you're entering these places, because they may have you sign on the dotted line. And if you don't have someone advocating for you.
I'm telling you, I have a friend. He actually used to be a manager at the strip club that I used to work at. And he works in the hospitals now. And he told me, like, they are definitely killing people over 70. Like, if you go into the hospital, you might not come out if you're over 70. Like, they will just not do what they need to do to bring you home, so to speak.
Well, I got the doctor mad at me when my mom went in. I can't remember, a couple of years ago, and she was so sick. Remember, but I've got her on a new path with a lot of things. A chiropractor, Dr. Mike, the Chinese doctor. Hello, all these good things. The first thing Dr. Peter said, "Are you there?" Dr. Peter said. He said, "Okay, let me write a script." And I said, "Dr. Peter, have you asked Lynn what her diet's like?"
Right.
I said, "Are you asking?" Because her diet right now is cigarettes and stress. And then Dr. Peter got his back up, of course. And I wasn't liked after that moment. Are you holding people accountable? Are you filling them up with the truth? Because they didn't ask what she was eating. and she needs healthy food. Keep going.
So on the topic of stress, because you mentioned stress and we're talking about physical ailments, move into the quote unquote stress, the lies that you're telling yourself. So people have qualified in this country for MAID, citing poverty, inadequate housing, and lack of care as support for the reason that their suffering is intolerable. Not illness, but poverty.
Well, we have two more souls in here, our background producers, and I love you very much, both of you.
We love you so much. We need the male energy.
Yes, we do. We need it. So we've got 4 beautiful souls in here right now, and we should all be signing up for MAID because we all live in Toronto, Canada, where we're taxed to death. There's taxes upon taxes upon taxes.
Anthony can't sell his house.
There you go. I mean, okay, and I'm in a lawsuit, so I can't sell mine because the city of Toronto lets anyone take a permit out on their property, even though I'm paying thousands of dollars in taxes. So let's go deep. We all need MAID. Sign us up right now.
Let's kill each other.
There you go.
Let's murder suicide each other right now. No.
Well, so, I like it more of the Thelma and Louise. Can we just clip that in, and where you're going off the edge and you make the commitment to just do it yourself?
Right. What about death by police? Okay, so the proposed expansion to mental illness as sole underlying condition. What does it mean when the system decides that a person with depression,
self-obsession,
thank you, or addiction, God-shaped hole, has suffered enough and offers them death instead of treatment? First of all, how do you know if someone's suffered enough? You don't know us that way.
No, and they don't. And I don't understand what their definition is of these things.
Because on those terms, I fucking suffered enough. But you know what? On the other side of that suffering, actual utopia.
Oh my God. That's why they say how dark it is before the dawn.
Yes,
like,
baby.
Out of my worst moments has come some beautiful things. It's like the whole birthing experience. It's like, it's so painful to give birth, and I've given it natural. Mm-hmm. Like, I've always been kind of a naturalist. If it's not coming out of the ground, I don't want it.
No, you're a naturalist.
I'm a real naturalist. And so I had natural childbirth, and it's so painful, but you forget about it because this little baby at the end of it's so great. I can't remember what it feels like. I can't remember how painful it was. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's why they call it a rebirth. What is it? What? A rebirth of your soul. It's not painful. It's fucking painful to be reborn.
Well, why aren't they offering treatments of resorts? I know in Germany, and someone can get all those facts yourself, do the research, but they'll take the whole family away. You'll be in some spa. The hills are alive, and they take the family and the mom. But here they'll give you a prescription with the side effect that you may drown your whole family in the bathtub.
You might put your baby in the oven.
There we go.
Or jump in front of a subway holding it
with your baby.
Yes,
because the side effects of your prescription. So they don't have any alternative things. I said, why aren't you giving Auntie some CBD oil? That's legal.
Because they don't have alternative thinking.
There we go. So it's dark. It's real hopeless if you're in Canada. So what do we do with that information?
So here's some more information. So you cannot give informed consent to a permanent decision from inside a temporary crisis. That is not informed consent. That is a system meeting someone at their lowest and saying, we agree with your worst thought about yourself. What do you think about that statement?
Wait, back up and say that one more time.
So you can't give informed consent to a permanent decision from inside a temporary crisis.
No, you cannot. Okay, that's an interesting statement.
Let's break that down.
Well, I'll give you the real life example of that. They were making permanent decisions during COVID.
Ooh.
I will never forget it. This was Toronto, and I love you, Toronto police officers. Without you, we won't have a city. But this was not a fine day for them. They were all at City Hall lined up, protecting the children that were going in to get the permanent vaccine for an ice cream cone at 12 years old without parental consent.
What?
I was there that day. They all lined up their bikes because I rode by to see what was going on.
Okay.
I didn't get crazy because I knew in the program, like, just Nikki protesting is just a waste of time. Be the lighthouse, lift yourself up. But other parents were getting crazy, and the kids were going in there to get the permanent shot for the temporary pandemic.
Crisis.
For the temporary crisis. So now these 12-year-olds go deeper.
Which is actually has been planned for the last 100 years.
There we go.
There's nothing temporary about it.
Well, yeah, and then go deeper about having a temporary crisis. I think I'm a kitty cat mommy. I think I'm a boy mommy. Temporary crisis.
Or I'm going to step out on my wife for a bit. That's a temporary crisis.
Temporary crisis. These are big issues. And so I'm 12 years old and I think I'm a boy. Let me remove your breast. Temporary thought, because we are not hearing from the detransitioners who now remember that darkness period wasn't the reality. Does it
make sense? And we're talking about we're talking about you and I in a sense and where our perspectives are. And we've had a lot of life experience and we've also had a beautiful program of recovery. But what about youth and minors in this question? Like, let's place our thought life there. There's active conversations in Canada about extending access to young people. Okay. Belgium allows it with no minimum age for terminal illness. None. The Netherlands allows it from age 12, and Canada's direction of travel on this is a live and urgent question.
Then we're not going to have anyone to wipe our bum when we're old in the senior house, because all the young kids will off themselves. I'm sorry. If you allow this for young, wouldn't you have? Come on.
I would have. I felt so uncomfortable in my own skin. I hated the way that I looked. I thought I was missing out on everything. I thought everyone was doing better than me. I hated being in my body when I was a teenager. So yeah, I would fucking kill myself.
You would kill yourself. I'm sorry. Everybody I know, and even like they'll say normal people who don't have addiction or don't have any yep, there's been dark days where they would rather, and I love people who share honestly like this. I had a friend, she's like, I just felt to stand in front of a bus today. Just that's it. That was her thought. I just want to stand in front of a bus. If it took me, it took me. If it didn't, it didn't. Like this. And then the next day she's great again. You understand?
I think you're bringing up a really good point that as 12-steppers, we have access to this conception, which is being honest about something, basically just like is the pathway to just getting rid of it completely. Like if I don't tell you that I want to crash my car into a wall, then I'm not going to be able to get rid of that thought.
And the cool part is, oh my God, you felt like that too?
Oh, yes.
You see, when you hear that from somebody, you're like, what? You wanted to do that too? You feel like that too? Me too?
A problem shared is a problem halved.
That's right. Especially if you're sharing it with the right person. Because if I say that to the wrong person, they're going to say, shake, shake, shake. Take your Prozac today. Shake, shake, shake. Let's go take you to CAMH. They're not going to go, oh, I feel like that too. There's a way out of the hole. Oh,
it's an alarm.
Okay.
Don't kill me.
I won't. Damn cell phones. Everybody remember where you are and make sure your phone's off, especially at a funeral. I heard it go off one time. Such an embarrassing moment.
So here's a fact, but we can talk about it. The brain is not fully developed until age 25. A teenager's understanding of permanence of what their future could hold or of who they might become is limited. That's still me often.
Well, a lot of people, I know they say it like, I don't want to bring up KFC, okay, because that's just
you can bring it up.
Modified chicken, but Colonel Sanders was 65 when he started this chain.
What?
Yes, he was an old guy. And like, even, I'm going to go for old people, like, because
hold on. I have a thought. Max's mom is getting married next week. Okay? For example, like, the best years of our life could be ahead of us.
Well, there we go.
Thank you.
Well, if Max is 5 years old, Max is a grown man. Okay, he's okay. So,
and we don't need to say what that is.
No, but let's go deeper here. Basically, grandma is getting married. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
she's a grandma.
Grandma's getting married.
Max is a daddy. So grandma's getting married. Now, what if grandma was so hopeless and like, da-da-da-da-da? No. And now we're going to have a nice new grandpa for baby. Like, these are the miracles
that would not happen if when you were 16 and you felt like a piece of shit, you fucking killed yourself.
Oh my, it's absurd. So true. It's like, so many people start later in life. I think one of the big designers, I don't know who it was, he didn't get started till 40 or 50. Morgan Freeman, not till older. Me.
Yeah.
Let's just start with me. And I don't care about saying my age because it's just a lie from the pit of hell.
Yeah.
Don't wish me a happy birthday. It's a sacred, not a sacred, it's a satanic ritual.
Time's not real.
You're getting older. Like, blow out these candles. Like, don't get around me with that. But I will take a butter tart. Or a little piece of cake. Here it is. I'm 52. And if I would have offed myself years ago, I'm experiencing some of the best times of my life right now. That's radical. That's radical for me to say.
It's radical thinking.
And nothing changed, Jess. I didn't get married. I mean, I have
No. Your response to life has changed.
My perception changed. I filled up my God-shaped hole with what's God. Being responsible. Being in gratitude. I don't have enough. Nikki, you have more than enough. I'm like, I need more. I have more than enough.
We need to believe these concepts. What about the profit motive? Okay, let's talk about a little bit of...
Well, that's what... Okay, can I just go there yesterday? Tell me about it, but go on.
In 2020, Canada's Parliamentary Budget Office estimated that MAID could save the healthcare system up to $149 million a year.
Oh, I think we just sent that to Ukraine. And hey, Ukraine, I love you. Ukraine, I love you, and I'll fight for you, and Russia and every country out there. I love you and hate you all equally. This is not this and that. Everyone across the board is loved and hated equally, okay? But here it is. Our country sent that money to another country, foreign aid. Here it is. Why aren't we taking care of ourselves first? If I took care of me, then I can take care of you. Canada, if you take care of Canada, then you can then take care of other people.
Listen, if we took care of me and you, we would no longer require expensive long-term care or palliative support or any of the reasons why they're trying to kill 70 plus people that go into the hospital.
Hey, I showed you guys the video before with Auntie yesterday. I looked at the nurse and I said to her, I told you to take Auntie up, but I said, and she agreed, and I won't mention your name. She said real quick, I said, every time you give her a Tylenol, that Tylenol gets charged to the government and the government gets profit off of it. But when you don't write 97-year-old Auntie anything, because she's not on anything, you don't get any profit. So 3 times a day, okay? 365 days a year, they're trying to give Auntie a Tylenol morning, noon, and night over my dead body.
So explain to our international viewers what even free healthcare is in Canada, because why would they try to kill everyone?
It's a lie from the pit of hell. It's a bureaucracy. It's a state-driven moneymaker. I worked for Canada's largest hospital. It's just everyone's paying everyone. Everyone's paying everyone.
So it makes sense, in theory, why they would want people to off themselves in a medically assisted suicide, because the government is paying for the services that keep older people alive.
Go and check how much of a raise your MPs got last year. How much of a raise did you get, slaves? Or as we said last week, Slavs. How much of a raise did you get? I would sit down. I'm a union negotiator, okay? And I would get, and they'd say, we can't do the cost of living raise for the ceramic engineer, aka the dishwasher, washing the dishes at Sunnybrook Hospital. Go deeper. They would give themselves a 25% raise, the senior management team, because in Canada, we have something called the Sunshine List, and anybody making over $100,000 on your tax dollars is on the Sunshine List. And some of you deserve it, but some of you do not.
Oh, is that the traffic cop that's literally directing a cross section that never needed a traffic cop ever since I've been living here, but all of a sudden it needs 4?
There you go.
Is that the Sunshine List that you're talking about?
Oh, if they're making over $100,000, they're on it, and that includes overtime. You understand? Like,
imagine being married. Imagine being married to someone like that, or married to like a ticketing cop. No, thank you.
Well, they all have a purpose. Could you imagine being married to you psychopath? That would be a nightmare, because one day I'm honey, get me MAID. Next day, what were you thinking? You hate me and want what are you going to do? Sleep with a new slut when I'm dead?
Okay, but listen.
That's you. I would just like to reenact your thoughts.
Thank you.
Go on.
Thank you. Thank you for speaking truth over me. And what about, I mean, as a 12-stepper, like, why don't they just offer 12-step to everyone? Because that would make everything.
There's no money in it. Everybody, if you are in and I say a 12-step program, which is basically free. And we're not talking in a rehab.
It's free.
Because in a rehab, they're body brokering you, and insurance companies in America, you make a lot of money. Everybody watch the movie Body Brokers, and the guy who started it, he's dead from an overdose. Mm-hmm. These are all just little fun facts I love about it, but nothing's going to help you. See, this is radical. Even going into a cave far away, living alone. That's not going to be helpful.
Because for the people that don't understand 12-step and they think that it's brainwashing, it's not brainwashing. It's teaching you how to help yourself. Because my friend Nikki just said, nothing's going to help you. Okay, so how does a 12-step help me? It teaches you how to help yourself. It teaches you how to tap into the power that's already been existing in you since before you were born, since you were a baby, since you were a soul.
Yeah, because you forgot who you are. This is a radical book. It's like, okay, the Bible's amazing, the Torah, the Quran, but there's a lot of other stuff in there. This is a clear-cut direction for how to remember that you are an intelligent agent. You are representing what this power, no one's looking for God, looks like. And it really looks like being disciplined, accepting everything exactly as it is. I can't accept that he died. Well, you better.
You're going to have no choice. And there's a really weird pattern here where the government underserves people that are most at risk. And when you underfund mental health services, addiction programs, palliative care, and housing supports, and then you expand a program that offers a permanent exit, we have to ask, who's benefiting from that combination?
Use your discernment. See, here it is. God gave you brains. Use it. Stop just going, I wish I wasn't here. Let me click my heels, Dorothy. Toto, get me out of here. This is the reality. Canada is way off base right now. There is a solution, and it's not religion. Okay, we're not talking religion.
It's not
here.
Organized religion.
No, it's not that. It's not a self-help course. This is radical.
This is a get out of self.
It's absolutely. What if everybody, and this is what I said the other day, okay, real quick. What if everyone said, I'm at fault, I'm to blame for everything that happened in my world?
Well, I can only speak from my own experience, Nikki, but in my experience, when I do that, I feel free. And when I feel free, I don't want to kill myself.
There it is. Well, they did this to me. My neighbors are
it's
doing
not
this.
Fair. I have a friend right now. It's not fair. She broke up with me and then she stopped talking to me and she stole my dog while I was in rehab. Well, what did you do to her when you were in active addiction?
You made decisions based on yourself. I love that one too. It's like, look what baby daddy number 2 did to me. Nikki,
you
no one
held
held
your legs.
Hey, I
and let him come inside you.
I like to get my eagle on. Don't let me forget that in my disease. I love to get my spread them wide eagle, get my eagle on, and he did nothing. No one held a gun to your head to get on him and ride him like the dog he was. He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Thank you.
He's a great guy, actually. I got to remember that. He's sick like me, too. What does that mean? That sometimes he forgets he's a magical creature. We're all magical, mystical, special.
Did we talk about the man getting assessed at the Tim Hortons, this big video?
Wow. That's why I'm afraid to say. That's why I had to clarify what insanity, because they'll come in here, lock you up and go, well, you said you were insane on camera, Jessica. We better give you MAID.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we didn't even think about that.
No, I'm always thinking like that, because if I get on and say, like, I have my court case coming up, and if I say I have temporary insanity when people step on my toes and want to take my property, Your Honor, they're going to come in and say, you are insane. You can't represent yourself in a court of law. We need to put you in CAMH. You need to take this medication. She's refusing medication. Let's give her MAID.
Okay,
like,
so
this is the
what
reality.
Happened. This is what happened in London, Ontario. A doctor assessed a patient with inflammatory bowel disease and a history of mental health issues.
You can't make this up.
For MAID outside a Tim Hortons location, and later personally drove the man to the place his life was ended. Has agreed to a minimum 6 months supervision. I don't get that part.
You mean did they take him out? Well,
Yeah.
We'll have to do some research on this if you're
Well,
not.
I have a friend. Oh, it's 11:11. I have a friend, and he's in the program. And one of the first service acts of service his sponsor suggested that he do was go spend time with this other man that was in the program that had been 20 years sober, but got into a car accident and crushed his legs. So my friend is doing an active service by visiting this man in the hospital and sitting with him often.
Absolutely. Beautiful.
And that man who was in the hospital, his wife suddenly died. So now he has no legs and no wife. So he signed up for medically, and this is when Ruben got sober. So four years ago. So 4 years ago, this man signed up for medically assisted suicide because the wife was dead and the legs were crushed. And it took months and months for them to assess him. I don't know if they've changed the rules since, but like I said, this was 4 years ago. So it took months and months for them to assess him. And my friend would go and visit him every week knowing that he was going to be like killed. And the man knew he was going to be killed. And they both just sat and had their visits and had their chats.
What if they built a community with all that money that we send to foreign aid, that the politicians take and waste? What if we built a beautiful community for people who have no legs and no people?
I know.
And then what if we gave the people who need jobs and we paid them very well to love on these people? Like, go deep. Like, you understand this is radical. This would be a whole new script. What if we took that perfect community in the Truman Show and made it for all the veterans? And then we paid people really good money to take care of them.
Well, that would be utopia, because as a recovering addict, to have access to so many other people that are trying to recover so that I can be of service, and then that saves my life. And that's the concept of the program. Like, I get to help other addicts so I get out of myself. Now, the people outside of that community, they might not know how to help people. So imagine if we had whole communities, to your point, of a place where you could just go and it's cut and dry what you need to do. You need to just go love on these people.
That's it.
So your boyfriend broke up with you, go love on him. That's what my first Jane Ann would always say. He said this today. She would go like this, go buy somebody a coffee, click, and hang up the phone right in my ear. And that's a concept. That's not specific to drug and alcohol addiction. That's
to
get
anybody.
out of your fucking head and into someone else's problem. And God will do the work on the back end.
Okay, and then let me give the prime miracle for this. I lost and I'm always going to talk about COVID, and I'm never going to forget about the unvaccinated, okay? Here it is. I lost my job in COVID. I was told, you will never fly again. My boyfriend lives across the sea in another country. My daughter lives in America. I called her and I said, I'm never getting the pokey. Enjoy your life. Mm-hmm. Literally. I thought they were going to take us. I mean, it was dark. And the only thing that helped, and the place that took me in, and thank you, Pastor Doug and Miss Karen, you guys made an exception and they let me still volunteer. And I mean, I'm saying that out loud, and that's okay. I was allowed to volunteer at this organization. I won't say the organization. And I was there, I mean, maybe 3 or 4 days a week, or I would have asked for MAID.
I know.
Now, and go even deeper, because I had been programmed previous to the crises, I probably wouldn't have asked for MAID because I knew there was a way out. So that's why you do the work now. I'm studying the Stoics right now, Marcus of Aurelius, and they do a training ground, and they prepare, not in morbid reflection or not in future tripping, but they prepare for the worst case scenario. So when it happens, they're prepared.
That's right. I've been using that analogy a lot with my sponsees because it makes so much sense to them. Like, honey, do people that are here playing the World Cup, or do people that are preparing for the Olympics, do they just start training the day before the race? No. They train. This is what we're doing. We're training for the certain trials and low spots. What is that? The certain breakups, the certain deaths, the certain, your dog ends up going to doggy heaven. Like, that's all happening. So I need to train myself, or I'm going to go MAID.
And then people think that training is getting to the gym, working out,
it's part
taking
of it.
Things. No, but the training is in the mind, in the spirit. It's in your mental, because then if you're mental and you're spiritually fit, then the physical will come. You have to spiritually train your mind and your soul. Then you get into the mental training. Then you get into the physical, and it has to be in that order. The spirit first.
So here's the thing, because we're all one. If I don't set that example for the children, right?
The children are the most important. Let's just stop here real quick. The children.
So parents who are feeling hopeless and they're losing their kids, like, what should we say to them? Because what comes to mind for me is, like, be the example, right? Like, what about the parents? Like, for example, an Ontario family is calling for changes to medical assistance in dying after the death of their son in BC. So I'll give you a little bit of information. So Keanu Vafian was 26 years old. He's a baby.
He's a baby.
When he received
I think
MAID.
he was blind in one eye from his diabetes.
when he received MAID on December 30th. Okay, his family says he lived with type 1 diabetes, to your point.
That's right.
And he had partial vision loss, but says that his biggest struggle was with his mental health, which they believe should have made him ineligible for MAID. Okay, so he said everything the doctors needed to hear in order to approve him.
Mom, I love you. Mom, you are doing the right thing, fighting for your son. I just want to say that because the mother kept fighting for him. I know the story.
So hold on. So he actually repeatedly asked, this is kind of crazy. He actually repeatedly asked for it in Ontario and was denied, and then went to BC and was approved.
Oh, they have a crazy doctor out there. And I know who you are, woman, and you have your day coming. She gave it to him. Okay. She said he could take it.
So what do you have to say to his parents?
I have to say this. Keep his memory alive by talking about it. Don't let it die, and know that nothing happens in this world by mistake. Your son probably signed an earth contract before he came that he would be the example for this. You understand? Like, it's like Terry Fox. He probably signed an earth contract going, I'm going to lose my leg. I'm going to get this to show other people what it's like. Everybody has a purpose. I'll never, you guys know the story about, and I don't ever want to forget her name, Holly Jones. Her mother, Maria Jones, and George are my good friends. She was murdered. Now, what purpose does that serve? I can tell you that her mother has changed my life. She shows up for life, even though the unthinkable happened to her daughter.
Her daughter was brutally raped and murdered by a neighbor. So if she can find joy in life after that, surely you can pick up your fucking socks.
There we go. And they have found joy. They went in, and what did they do? They have a community golf tournament. They had a community, the mom's aerobics fitness instructor, and Maria would show up and lead the class. And that's how my life changed. I went in there ready to die because I wasn't getting what I want. I would have taken MAID that day. But there's the mother giving back to the community, demonstrating what God can do. Mm-hmm. You understand? Demonstrating what being disciplined, demonstrating what having gratitude, demonstrating what being responsible, because they had 3 other children they had to live for. Exactly. This is radical. And that's why most people won't make it, whether they take MAID, whether they're like my mom's husband and take a pistol, points it at my mom, and then blow their head off in the kitchen. Like,
so we have a couple questions, audience questions. Can I give them to you?
Please.
Okay, so we have a question from someone, and she works at a detox facility, and she is asking to remain anonymous.
Great.
Government officials have come into our building asking staff for referrals to MAID. These are people in active addiction, people who came to us for help. I do not know how to talk to my coworkers about what I saw without it sounding like a conspiracy theory. How do I protect the people in my care, and how do I educate people I work with without losing my job?
Wow, without losing your job, because I was going to just say speak truth.
You got to be unafraid.
Yeah, it's true. Like, this is radical. We trust infinite truth. We trust infinite honesty. Because it says infinite God. So what does that mean? You will have to stand tall, armed with the facts. This is, and everybody, this sucks because we're in this kind of world. You have to document everything like this. You have to really document things, if not with your video camera, so you can remember at this time these people came in. This is what I saw. Speak from I statements. This is what I saw, not we, not anybody else, and speak the truth. And do not be afraid, because here it is, Jess. I was afraid. I lost my job. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you have to not be afraid.
Stand tall.
Stand tall.
Okay.
Speak truth. That's what it is. Get radically honest, and do it from a loving, kind.
And understand nothing happens in God's world by mistake. Like, that's not the only fucking job in the entire universe. I know it feels like it because it's hard to get a job in Canada, but God has infinite possibilities. Okay. Amen. Question 2. It's from someone in Vancouver. So he lives on Vancouver Island. My daughter came home from school and told me that someone sorry, I can't see that. Okay, sorry. My daughter came home from school and told me that someone came to talk into her class about MAID. She is 12 years old. I did not know this was happening. I did not consent to it. I do not even know where to start. How do I talk to her about what she heard? And how do I protect her from something I did not even know I needed to protect her from?
Here it is. All parents, pull your kids out of school. No, I joke. I mean,
no, seriously.
Like literally the school system's broken. Like, you don't understand here. I had to pull, like, from some experience, strength, and hope. I had to tell my son, it's okay if you don't graduate from high school. And he's making more money than everyone in the room right now because he's 21 and had to get independent and not be programmed into this thinking. But it's back to the same answer for the first question. Get radically honest. You have to get honest. You have to sit down at the dinner table and have these honest conversations with your children. Have them question everything. If you were sad, little Sally Sue, would you want to just lay down and take a medication and not wake up? Or would you rather find another answer? Like, what would make you happy? Maybe you could talk to your friends. Maybe you could get a group together that loves to color and have tea parties, because that's what you and your friends like to do. So you would give them other alternatives that meet their mind, right? So say it's your 14-year-old son. Well, would you want to lay down and kill yourself because you guys didn't win the hockey tournament? Or do you think you and your friends could get together and start practicing and maybe go around door to door and get some donations so you can get, new jerseys and start your own team that you guys can start and go be a big brother to the little kids in the community that don't know how to play hockey.
Yeah, expand your mind.
Expand their mind to other alternatives, which means you have to get radically honest. That's why Mr. Luxembourg and I get along so well. It's not how I say it is awful, but I get radically,
Nikki.
How I say it is another story, not what I say.
We are progress, not perfection.
Yeah. So when I get radically honest and say, that didn't work, I'm not satisfied, whatever it is, in bed or in the kitchen. And then he's armed with the facts. People don't read minds. Don't think somehow your kids are going to magically know the way out of this lie from the pit of hell. You've got to wake people up and get radically honest with each other. That's what we do here.
I'm glad that we're here waking each other up. I'm glad that our audience has the open mind to wake up and is tuning in. Is there any final thoughts, Jerry Springer?
My final thoughts are, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So when you speak the truth kindly, patiently, honestly, not in a voice of fear, anger, resentment, you'll get a lot further with everybody.
Yes,
when I looked at the judge the other day and said, I just didn't know. I wasn't armed with the facts. Now I am. Things went my way. You understand? So I think we need to all remember that honesty is the best policy.
Absolutely, because the ripple effect of not being honest can actually lead to so much wreckage that you're to a point where you actually want to kill yourself. And the ripple effect of being honest could lead you on the trajectory of a completely beautiful path. The pain is the pathway to peace. The pain that I've felt in my life has been the pathway to peace for me. But there's a caveat. My crazy fucking life and my crazy story isn't how I found freedom. Getting honest about my part in that crazy story, not what they did to me, right? About what I did to them has led me to a life of freedom where I don't need to want to kill myself today. And it's by connecting with people like you and staying connected too.
Can I give one caveat to that? Don't run out and tell your best friend that you slept with her husband, okay, everybody? That's not the honesty we're talking about. No. I just want to give some caveats here. Don't tell your wife you slept with her sister at the wedding last week. Use discernment, but find somebody that you trust that will help you discern the truth.
Yes.
Because the truth is not, the truth is, I haven't been a good husband. I haven't been a good wife. What do you need for me to do better? Does that make more sense?
It does.
Okay. So just be careful with the truth, but always tell the truth to a trusted servant. And there's many out there.
Thank you, audience, for tuning in to Fill Me Up.